Milo 2, brought to you by the best names in the business and a whole bunch of my mates helping out. Whoa, well, Richard was up all night making this. Well, that's what he tells me. How long?
It was a couple of hours.
There's a few hours in. It's a beautiful bit of kit, like everything this bloke does. You know, things that I would have done with a couple of star pickets and some wire. Richard's put some beautiful angles in, heaps of strength. It's just a lovely thing. That's our battery bracket, which is also going to take the weight of the fuel tanks and eventually the weight of the spare wheels. So it had to be substantial, and it is substantial. Lovely job. And over here, get a load of this for a bit of kit. I just love stuff like this. This is from Terrain Tamer, and it's a brand new window winder mechanism. You can get them for both sides, which is really handy. And this, combined with what I'll show you in a minute, means we can have as new operation of the windows. With Milo, every time I needed new windows, like once every 5 or 10 years, I would just botch it up. And I didn't even know you could get these new bits. So I'd pull out second-hand ones from the wrecking yard and get another few years out of it, and then I'd replace the rubbers. I knew I could get the rubbers and the sleeves. Come and have a look at those. It's just so nice playing with good kit like this. These are the felts, the runners, that the glass slides up and down in, and it's amazing how much difference having new kit like this makes. You know, all of a sudden, the windows seal, they keep the water out, and they stop rattling, and it's that last bit, stop rattling, that combined with a new winding mechanism and that lovely, smooth, soft, felty channel there, just means, you know, whooshka, 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 windows up and down, beautiful. Even the handbrake will be able to open them without a pair of pliers. This is all new for us. It's called Comfort. It's wonderful. And of course, I've done this a few times over the years to all of my trucks. Terrain Tamer, again, you know, you want good stuff. These are the door seals, and they're custom made by Terrain Tamer to suit the 40 series doors perfectly. Fitting a new set of door seals to a 40 series is probably the one thing you can do that really makes it feel great, you know. All of a sudden the doors seal up. Over the years, I can remember 20 years ago I used to cut bits of foam and stuff like that to try and get the same effect. You know, take the rattles out of the doors and seal them up a little bit. But then I found out that you could actually get the real thing, and what a difference that makes. And Jason again, geez, a marvel, he really is. He's dolled up a couple of old mirrors for me. Beautiful. And I had these came from Terrain Tamer too, a nearly new set. They were new when I got them, but I used them on one of my trucks for a while. And so combination, bang, 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 gonna have some mirrors. So we got pretty much new doors, new mechanisms, new mirrors in a 40-year-old truck. How good's that? Thanks to Hilton, it's not really looking like an old truck, is it? It's looking like a new truck. And look at this work Jason did too. That's beautiful stuff. Bringing all these old components back to life. Oh, I'm a lucky fella. Meanwhile, Richard's hooking in with a new Lanatec product that we've been waiting to try, Steel Seal. I wouldn't bother with anything else other than Lanatec, you know. I've been using it all the way through with Milo 1. It's kept the rust out. It's just awesome stuff. Jason put together the front runner rack when it showed up, which was really good of him. They're very, very easy to put together because if you read the instructions, they tell you everything, you know. And one of the things I really like about them, apart from that sort of thoroughness and the thoroughness of the engineering, is the fact that they're so adaptable. There's so many different things you can do with them. In this case, we wanted it to fit on top of this roof, obviously, which meant we needed these things. They're extender legs. So you could pretty much make a front runner rack fit anything at all. If it'll fit a 40 series, which has got a weird shaped roof, it'll fit just about anything. And of course, on top of this, I can fit my favourite air filter in the whole wide world, a Donaldson. This one's off the mustard truck. I'm going to borrow it until I can get hold of another one, because for the first time in years, I haven't been able to find one anywhere that was any good. They've all reached that stage where they're old and rusty, but I know they still make them. So I'm going to get on and get myself another one at some stage. This one will do for now. Be the same size. It'll probably pop up there, and then we'll have something to plumb it up to. Straight off the turbo, bit of a snorkel. Beautiful. Looks like all the smart guys are doing something else. So I get the flat wheel job, no problem. But now it's time to go and take on some really high-tech stuff. G'day, Steve.
How you going, John?
All right, mate, all right. Look, I've got something for you.
Not a problem. Let's have a look.
I don't know what you can do here.
Oh, we can do lots of things. See what you got and we'll sort probably out.
Well, that's the dump pipe, obviously. Yep. And these are the two bits. What about this slide joint there?
Yeah, that's no problems at all.
Yeah.
Because with our ceramic coating, because it goes on so thin, it'll actually get into the woven in this here.
Beautiful.
And we have a little rotary applicator, so we'll do a whole coating on the inside as well.
So you do the inside and the outside?
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is cut as much heat as possible getting into the pipe.
Yep.
So therefore the outside coating doesn't have to work as hard at getting it to radiate out of the engine bay.
Well, I know from experimenting with a couple of my motorbikes that the difference is amazing.
Yes.
You go from burning yourself to resting your hands on it.
Yes.
And that's got to have, apart from just the fact that it's going to run cool, it's going to have a massive difference on engine performance, isn't it?
And lifespan.
And lifespan, yeah.
Because you're not getting as much radiated heat under the engine in the engine bay, so therefore you're not getting as much damage done to your electrical system.
Right.
So it's not just the mechanical, it's your electrical, it's your brakes, it's everything that goes with it.
Everything that goes with it. Mate, I've got a 12HT under the bonnet and it is beautiful. Come on, let's have a go at this. Oh, hang on.
Okay.
We've got something mechanical here, mate. I can't go past this. I've had my pistons done in one of the bikes.
Yep.
Made an insane difference. But what's this?
Okay.
It's a lubricant too.
What we've got now is a lot of guys used to just get the crowns on their pistons done.
Yeah, that's what I got done.
So we have a 3-stage process now.
Right.
So we put a coating on the crown.
Yep.
We have a dry film lubricant that goes on the sides. And then on the inside of the piston, I put a disbursement coating. So that's what's on a radiator or an intercooler.
Yeah, so it disperses heat.
So as the oil flicks up in the underside of the piston, it actually puts more of that heat into the oil and pulls it out of the piston. So therefore it runs cooler.
Far out. And why are you doing camshafts?
Well, camshafts, because a lot of cars, you might have a situation where you might get on a lean and you get a low oil pressure.
Yes,
Or cornering on a circuit car.
Yep.
With low oil, you can get lack of lubrication to some parts.
Right.
This is a dry film lubricant designed specifically for moving parts. So bearing shells, camshafts, gears, like diff gears, crown wheel pinions. So if you're running low on oil, or if you've got a car that you don't drive that often, and half your ring gear on your diff sitting out of the oil, stops it going rusty.
Oh, mate. So you could actually do ring gear and it's going to stay there. The coating will stay on it.
Yes.
I'm learning stuff. And do you mix your own colours?
Okay. This is our colour range. These two here are our custom colours.
Yep.
So we got our standard grey and our standard black, and I've made these colours to suit.
Yeah.
So we've had a gentleman come in with a Jeep and he wanted me to match his exhaust to his wheels.
Oh.
So gunmetal wheels on a black Jeep.
Yeah.
And we custom made the colour to match his exhaust to the wheels. He was wrapped. The thing looks great.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to think about colour now. I don't know. Good on you, mate. This is awesome. Steve, can you just explain the process a bit?
Okay. So when somebody brings the parts into us, we've got to, first thing we do is check if they're greasy or not. So if they're oily, I've got to degrease them. Yep. From there, I can then take them and sandblast them. Right. So we have our own sandblast oven that we've built, sandblast cabinet we built.
Oh, yeah. So, gee.
I looked on the market, we couldn't find anything big enough. So we built our own because it's 2.5 metres long.
This wee stuff, that's you, isn't it?
Myself and my son.
Yeah, okay.
My son give me a hand.
Excellent, yeah.
So it's a family affair.
And then what happens after that? You get it, you've got it sandblasted.
There, we put it into the oven and we'll bake it up to 300 degrees in the oven.
Right.
Because what we wanted to do is get all the gases and the contaminants that come out of the metal.
Of course.
Because there's no point coating it if it's going to react.
Yeah, sure.
So from there, once it's cool, I can take it back into our booth. And then I can coat it. Do an internal and an external. Sometimes I'll do an internal, and then we'll do we have an air-cured external in some cases. So then it goes back into the oven, gets baked at the temperature for that particular coating, and when it's done, I can either put the outside coating on, or it's ready to be wrapped and handed back to the customer.
Mate, that's all good, but I've seen something over here that fascinates me.
Okay.
What is this? It says Econo Vibe. I would have thought cheap vibrations. I've got a truck that does that. It's called Milo.
Yes. This would probably shake more than Milo does.
Fair dinkum.
Okay. So this is what you call labour saving.
Okay.
So one of our coatings we have, which is a ceramic chrome. Now it's
Yeah.
a polished ceramic coating.
Yeah.
So when it finished, that's roughly what it looks
Oh,
like. That
wow.
one needs a bit of a clean.
So that's a ceramic coating,
Yes.
but it's
Yeah, so the thermal properties of that,
that close to chrome. It's not funny.
yeah, so it's got really good thermal properties to cut and heat.
Yeah.
Its shine will stay there till about 650 degrees.
That should do most of it.
But when that comes out of the oven,
Yeah.
this is what it looks like.
Oh, really? This white thing
So
here.
this matte grey,
This mini moke bumper.
yeah, so that's one that we've coated and it's just come out of the oven.
Yeah.
And I'll put it in that machine for about 40 minutes and it'll come out looking like that.
So it's like a rock polisher almost,
Yes.
a rock tumbler.
Yeah,
Far out. That's fantastic.
yeah, which is great because if I get crap on my watch,
Yeah.
I throw my watch in there for half an hour.
Well, you know what? I mean, everyone knows, or most people know now, about the advantages of ceramic coating.
Yes.
From the point of view of keeping the underbonnet temperatures down, from the point of view of keeping the exhaust gas hot so that it sucks out faster, you get more power. I mean, I know so many stories about this, and you'd know a lot
Yes.
more. I had no idea you could make it look so good too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not just decorative,
Yeah.
it's also an advantage for performance and long lasting. From mild steel, it'll make it last up to 4 times longer.
And all this from a guy who's building a 500 horsepower patrol. You know what I mean? I mean, listen, if I was you, stick the whole truck in there, polish it all up,
Oh, yeah.
and then put it on a post somewhere, because you're never going to drive it, Steve. It'll blow up.
Hey, you live on the sunny coast, we've got to go to Glasshouse Mountains.
Oh, too right.
You don't build a four-wheel drive to go just driving up the street.
I couldn't agree more, mate.
Yeah.
But I'm really tempted now. I see that. I never thought you could actually build a four-wheel drive that'd look good, you know? That'd
Of
be
course
awesome.
you can. It's just got to be a Nissan.
Oh, I'm out of here. I'm just surrounded by professionals up here on the Sunshine Coast. Hey, Hilton,
Hello, Ricky.
how you going?
Good and you, thanks.
Wow, what happened here, mate? This was black.
Oh, yeah, well, it's been painted with blackboard paint and we couldn't even paint strip it, so it came off like jelly. So we've done it 4 strips, back down to bare metal. We've got rid of the rust. We fixed all the dents, all the build-up on the louvers.
Wow.
She'll get primed and
What was up here?
they'd welded it had been hit, so they'd welded a plate in here and hadn't finished it off properly, so I've folded it all up so she's nice and straight again. And just primer and paint, and we'll do that underneath in black. So she'll be good for another 30 years, I reckon.
Another 30 years.
Yeah.
I've got to tell you, I got a stack of bonnets at home, and I went over to Paul's place, a friend of mine. He's got tons of cruiser parts. This is the best bonnet we could find.
Sure.
And it's not good. It's
Yeah.
not good.
Good now?
I think it's your standards, mate. I just would have slapped a coat of paint on it.
No.
Yeah, but Hilton, what I'm really here for today is the grill. I want to finish the front of the truck.
Yep,
How'd
she's
you go
ready.
with it?
She's all ready for you too. She's just outside drying in the sun.
Oh, beautiful.
I'll go grab it for you. There we go, Ruthie.
Oh, cool.
One brand new second-hand grill. It's just the badge we got to finish off because
Yeah.
we want to make the badge with the black and the white, so it goes, so it's highlighted, not just white. So we will do it. I'm going to make it standard.
That's the difference having a professional involved, isn't it? I mean, it's got to be perfect.
No, but the badge is
That can be
going
bolted
to
on
be
later.
the coup de grace, that's going to be a
Yep.
surprise. So
That'll-
that's coming.
That's
Leave
coming.
the badge up to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Gee. Mate, awesome.
Yeah.
I'll go and put this in and wait for the badge and the bonnet.
Yeah.
Good on
No
you,
worries.
mate. Thank you very much.
pleasure.
Awesome. Wow, dealing with professionals. Haha, well, this is what you get, isn't it? You know, I just successfully bolted all this together fairly late the other day and stood back, was really impressed with what I'd done. Jason came along and said, hey, that's going to look really flash, especially when you get the grill in, which is when I remembered the grill was still over at Hilton's place, wasn't it? And I just put it all back together without the grill. So anyway, went and picked up the grill. I'm going to pull it to bits anyway. Not major pull it to bits, just suspend it out, loosen everything up. Because look at this. I did this the way you're supposed to do it, you know, the way I've always done it. And look at the twist I got in it. And it's because this thing was sitting here. This is a fresh panel. This is one Alan Gray gave me, oh, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago when they were starting to get hard to find then in really good condition. And it's an older one. You know, so it's got a slight twist in it. It's a little bit different to the guards. All I have to do is loosen everything up, reline it, I guess, and then go through the tightening procedure again. You know all about that. It's cylinder head bolts again, you know, you work your way around. But get a load of this. I mean, that goes in behind there in a minute. But while I was over at Hilton's, he had the bezel ready. The bezel is what makes a 40 series. If you ever look at Paulie Reed's Treads jewellery, you know, he's 40 series nut, he's actually got bezels, gold-plated little bezels that you can give your girlfriend to show you how much you love your 40 series, or her, or something. But how cool is this going to look, eh? Like, I can't put it on there yet because I've got to put all the headlights and stuff together. But isn't that beautiful? White on Milo green. Got a white roof, and the tub will be green with a white canopy. This is going to be the best looking 40 series I've ever been close to. Well, maybe not the best. There's some good ones out there, but I love this one. Milo 2's coming together real good. Righto, I better get into it.